Welcome back to RFC MMA, showcasing the best mixed martial arts action. We had a chance to meet up with tonight's opponents. Here's what they had to say.
I'm originally a wrestler, 3-time state champ. I've been doing Muay Thai kickboxing for about 4 or 5 months and submission grappling and whatnot. And I played a lot of sports. I played arena football. But the team concept just I could never understand it because I get out there and these guys weren't giving all they had and I was giving all I had and we'd lose. MMA is different because it's all put on you. It's what you did in the gym. It's the time you've spent. And I found that much more rewarding. Well, I've always been like doing judo and kempo karate and stuff like that up in Maine. I just moved here recently. They didn't have any mixed martial arts up in Maine or anything, so I found it down here locally and I've been doing it ever since. You know, I've always wanted to do it and I finally got into it and I'm here and something I had to do. I don't know what it is, it's just I got that fighter instinct, I gotta fight. I started actually looking for a school and I almost ended up in Kung Fu, ironically. But I found that grappling better suited me, so that's what I got into. When I decided I wanted to go MMA full, that's when I started searching out good boxing schools and good boxing coaches. I know how to defend myself pretty well. I still don't know all the locks and chokes and all that stuff yet, but after this fight, next month there's going to be a bunch of tournaments, and I'm going to be training for that, working my jiu-jitsu and whatnot. No, I think it's going to be a real exciting fight. I'm real excited to get out there and show what I got. I've been training real hard for 3.5 years. Been to a lot of different boxing schools, and I really want to showcase what I have this time. Oh, I'm going to bring these Nitals, help him get his Z's. Oh, we can do whatever he wants to do. He's going to have to adapt quickly. It's a different game. Well, this is my first fight, and I've been trying to mentally prepare myself for a month or so now, and I've been thinking, you know, all the people that have messed me over in my lifetime, you know, I ain't going out there for a tickling match or nothing. I'm out there to hurt this guy, and that's the plan. He's a big guy and he's slow. I'm gonna see how my stand-up works against him. If not, I'll take him down, ground and pound him. I really don't know much about my opponent. I really don't care. Because I train 110%. I give it all the time in the gym. So I'm just going to go in there, do my thing, and win the fight. Yeah, I'm a mailman. I'm going postal in the ring.
I'm Chris Baten, born, raised South Carolina, California. I was a military brat, but I've been living here in Tampa, Florida for quite a while now, so I call it home.
My name is Simon Manning. I'm from Pennsylvania. I live just outside of Allentown, but I train up near Scranton and also train in Broadheadsville.
I fight out world-class, high-performance martial arts. We're a complete mixed martial arts school. We don't focus on any one type of fighting. We do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kickboxing, Taekwondo, and wrestling.
We train, it's not sanctioned, so we have to travel a lot to fight. Right now it just kind of sucks. Looking everywhere, going anywhere I can to pick up fights.
Not too much, and sometimes a little too much. I've looked them up, got some information on them, found out some pretty scary stuff about them, so it's going to be a good fight.
Chris Baten. Joe called me up about a week and a half ago, asked if I was at weight, if I could come down and fight. I just did a grappling tournament a week before that, took a gold medal, so I was ready. I knew I could come down, so picked it up. Supposed to be a Taekwondo fighter, did some Muay Thai, saw you lost, so hoping that'll work out to my advantage because I train pretty heavily in Muay Thai.
During my last RFC fight, went as usual as planned. Started out a little slow, let my opponent kind of wear himself out, then come back in the second round. And toward the end of the second round, I caught my opponent with a good head kick, followed up with a couple of knee strikes. He was on his stomach, started going in for the kill, just couldn't quite finish him. No one thought he was going to come back out in the third round at all. Even the doctor thought he was going to have to stop. But he came back out in the third round. We fought hard. We both fought our hearts out, and in the end, he got the win.
And I train, working to get some of my belts and my certifications up so that I can open up a school under one of the guys that I train with. But I work as a scientist full-time for a biochemical lab up in Pennsylvania.
No, I'm actually a cadet with the Sheriff's Department. Going to be a deputy pretty soon. My goal is to keep fighting for about another 5 years or so, see how far I can take it. I'd really like to fight in Pride overseas in Japan.
My goals, I actually would like to work with kids eventually. What I'm doing now is doing certifications for EP, executive protection, as well as some bully guard, which is working with children, and Hapkido. I want to use MMA professional fights to kind of build up my reputation and credibility so that I can work with them.
Just different submissions that he's really good at. How, you know, he can choke guys out in a couple of seconds. He's broken guys' cheekbones with punches, things like that. I honestly could see this fight going all the way, all 3 rounds, assuming both me and Simon are out there fighting our butts off and we give it our all. From what I've heard about him, he seems like he's going to be a really tough opponent. So I know I have to go in there with a clear head and fight hard. Also, because of the things I heard about him and the things I know about myself, we both have the ability to end this fight within 5 seconds of the first round if need be. And that's going to be something the fans are going to really enjoy. Whenever you have 2 fighters, good conditioning, good knockout power, good submissions, it's going to be a great show no matter what happens, whether it goes all 3 rounds or whether it's over in 30 seconds.
My name is John Schall. I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, but I'm fighting out of Tampa, Florida. My style of fighting is called Vale Tudo. It means anything goes. It means I train everything. And I fight out of world-class martial arts here in Tampa, and also I represent the Lakeland School, our sister school, High Performance.
Barrentine. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm mainly a ground guy. I come from Team George Schall. Actually, I started when I was about 13 doing jiu-jitsu. I wanted something in the off-season for wrestling to stay on the mat, keep busy, keep my ground skills there, and I found grappling at an area school. And then a couple months into it, George Schall came from Brazil and started teaching jiu-jitsu there. I took a break for wrestling. By the time I came back, he already had opened up his own school and was fighting, and he's like, "Pat, why don't you come back?" Okay. I've been doing it ever since.
I know he's shorter than me, and he's a state champion wrestler as well as a national Greco wrestling champion, so I have to keep that in mind. I know he's probably want to take me down and work his jiu-jitsu, so I have to use my advantage, which is my height.
Yeah, I prepare for if it stands up, if it goes to the ground. I'm pretty well-rounded, so I'll fight anywhere.
My last fight only lasted about 25 seconds. All my fights, they're kind of a blur. I just get in there and you just let your instincts take over, and threw in some good punches, threw some nice knees, and before you know it, the guy was tapping.
I fight for a living, and I also teach jiu-jitsu down at my school, at my teacher's school. I want to make it to the UFC eventually. I mean, I think most MMA fighters do want to make it there. And with my team, Rich Franklin, George Schall, and Dustin Hazlett now, I mean, we want to make it to where they're at, and we train our butts off for it.
No, the less time I spend in there and leave with a victory is what I want. I mean, the more time you're in there, the more chances you're going to get more beat up, and I can't do that in my line of profession outside of fighting. I mean, if you look at a lot of guys in the UFC, except for the champions like Tim Sylvia and Matt Hughes, a lot of these guys have other jobs, and until mixed martial arts, starts paying like boxing, I could see me being an accountant and a fighter for a while. So until I can just relax and live on my fighting salary, until then I'll be an accountant.
Stand there, I joke around before fights, I walk out there all nonchalant. I really can't get hyped up. I can't get mad at my opponent and angry. I like to actually talk to most of my opponents before and after. I've played cards with one guy before I fought him.
Well, the good thing about being my size is that everyone you train with, you rarely find someone your size. So most of the guys I train with are shorter than me, are wrestlers, have a wrestling background. So they're always trying to take me down because I am taller, I do have a reach. So that's something I've always been trained. All the people I train with are shorter than me and always try to take me down. So it's something I guess you could say I've always trained for.
We're pretty much like a family here, and we have to, no matter who they are, no matter what they do, and the past and stuff, they have the courage to step in the cage, and you have to have respect for them. And for that, we are a lot closer. I mean, afterwards, we go out, have a drink with each other, and it's like we're friends. Because you have to have mutual respect. If you don't, then you don't belong in this sport.
You'd be stupid, I think, to look past any opponent. You can't underestimate anybody in the sport. I mean, my opponents come from a great school, like I said, and the teacher has taught some of the best. I know he's credited as well with great wrestling, so I mean, you can't look past anybody in this sport.